Greetings everyone, Agion here, another Riddler 3 replay. Spawn on the left side as the Cyan Empire, we have Bashley. Spawn on the right side as the Magenta Ally, we have Dutch Army. Spawn on the north side as the Yellow Soviet, we have Dimon. And spawn on the right side as the Red Empire, we have E1A2. What if that's some sort of play on EA? Or maybe that's just an insult to him by mentioning EA in his name. Bunch of doggies coming on out. There is an airport in the middle of the field, or Derek will be claimed. Oil Derek. And looks like this instant dojo's on a patrol move, ready to protect the oil derrick, or protect the engineer to come out for the oil derrick. Javelin troop eyeing to destroy the bridge. The bridge is now down. And looks like the instant dojo is pushing its way forward, and now also some Imperial warriors. Both sides perhaps eyeing to secure this area for a good finding location. Multiple buildings here being garrisoned up, probably just to deny his opponent. We got a good number of peacekeepers coming on in. Looks like one conscript. And this conscript's eyeing to get some Molotovs. Nope. Oh, I hear some dead dogs. Looks like some dogs went down up here. And we've got some tank busters engaging from the high ground, using the higher damage to destroy these buildings. Vindicator trying to go for a bombing run. More units coming on forward. There's a good number of peacekeeper conscripts in this building. There's a good number of peacekeepers as well. It looks like that building's not fully destroyed yet, but it's pretty close to. Let's go and make the charge in this building now. And decide to throw all of his conscripts in there to make sure they get equal trades, in which actually equal is less for the allied player. There's at least two peacekeepers in there. There's at least there's two peacekeepers left. Overall, good trade for the Soviet player. One Apollo does go down, the other one is going to sustain lots of damage and does not go down. Conscript streaming on in. Does drop a pair of bombs. No Molotovs just yet. Looks like not paying attention, and we'll lose those peacekeepers. And that jet tank does go down. A very naval base here. Two refineries already up. Red is eyeing. Nope. Not just yet. Vindicator's trying to come in for a bombing run. Go try using my arrow keys a little bit more. It does bomb the bridge, denying access to that island. And there is a Nagatana cruiser engaging a Akula submarine. Very nice. And there's the torpedo upgrade for the Nagata cruiser. one of the Apollos do go down, and looks like a engineer will be eyeing to capture up the airfield. The airport is now captured, and this military gunner is putting an aggressive stance, so we'll put some damage on the airport and we'll destroy it. Give it enough time. Up north, the cruiser does get some good damage, does take out one of the ore collectors. A cool sub does barely manage to escape on out of there. And the cruisers are just poking their in, finding angles away from the Tesla coils. Good amount of damage coming in, taking out those ore refineries is always nice. There's some cash bounties here. Multiple cruisers coming in, 4 cruisers, 5th one already here. So 5 cruisers with the support of a dry dock for repairs are going to try to push their way in. There are 2 Tesla coils, and that almost one-shotted a cruiser. Pushing on in there, he will sustain a bit of damage. Maybe use some point-blank ultra torpedoes, or the fan torpedoes, whatever it's called, for the cruisers. Cruisers are called ultra torpedoes. I'm not sure about the cruisers, what they're called. Oh wait, torpedo type S, whatever that means. Looks like he has destroyed that refinery. Now the naval dockyard is next. Prospector will go down, and we'll take out the naval dockyard. Akula sub severely wounded, a sneeze away from death. And we'll manage to grab one of the cruisers in the range of the Tesla coil. Cryo shock coming on in. It does freeze the prospector on top of the ore refiner, so you just bomb the crap out of both of them. Sentry gun surrounded. Game does take out 2 of the Mega Tengus. Looks like the naval dockyard briefly went up just to deny vision or line of sight. This cruiser looks like will go down. And another refinery does go down as well. He does have a number of spare ore collectors. Might just want to build a crusher crane just to get some cash back on them and repair the cool sub without it. Multi-gunner turret has been deployed. And Zion has deployed out Shogun battleship. Oh, even scraps the Akula sub. I would say get that thing repaired because now he really does need it. Jet Tengu's engaging this full naval dockyard, full of research, big loss. No more Shogun battleships for the time being. He does have 2 at the moment. It looks like looks like he's just going to do a mass sell. He's already scrapped his ore collector. Might as well sell off these structures because those are expensive structures. Multi-gunner IFB is now coming on in, and we'll get the destruction on that ore collector. The MCP will escape on out of there, but the Shogun battleships will be able to barrage siege this base. No anti-aircraft in the region. Give enough time, he can take these out. Going to go for an infect. He does infect on one of the Shogun battleships. But the dry dock will make it so it won't go down. The Air Force does go down for Cyan. Now, Twin Blades can come in over here, and it will take a lot of combined fire from the Air Drone and the Twin Blade in order to take out that Shogun battleship. It's going to take a long time. He's going to lose a lot of infrastructure. Over here, a lot of Jet Tengus. Yeah. It's going to be half a millennia before that Shogun battleship goes down. A lot of these Jet Tengus are going on down. We got a good swarm right here taking out this air base. Guardian tanks are coming in to support. They can get outnumbered. He does go back on out there. They could engage the Apollos. I believe he could actually win that versus the Apollos. One Apollo does go down. And looks like the Twin Blade's gone now. And the Shogun battleship is slowly being repaired up now. 2 heroic Shogun battleships heading to this base up here. He needs more Striker VXs, that's for sure. Ooh, this MCV is wounded. I think there's going to be an engineer coming out of that barracks. Both of those Shogun battleships have been cleaned up by the chopper VXs. We do have another Soviet base here, so the Soviet player still has plenty of income. And Red is deploying out his own Shogun battleships. The engineer did make the repairs. Let's take out one of the Bullfrogs. And the Vindicators may go down. York 1 does, both the Vindicators do go down and does lose an only Apollo, while multiple of those Jet Tengus do get hit and destroyed. Chopper VXs trying to chase down the cruiser, but went too far away from home, losing all 4 of these Chopper VXs. There's a C-Wing here, and the cruiser can take him out, and while even submerged. Does back out of there. Multiple Jet Tengus are down. The Yari-Misa does not get the suicide off. I just love this. His teammate gets a cash bounty on them. It's like, yep, you're screwed. They might get some money from it. Shogun battleship is now engaging. Does the garrison that garrison? Multiple Vindicator bombs are coming on in. Dry Dock is active for the northern team as well, so they do have some repairs. Or there's not a Dry Dock active for them. Oh, there was. They actually got captured by the Soviet player. Shogun battleship has been frozen, and there goes the base for the Soviet player. He has got 1 ore refinery. He's basically defensive for right now. He could sell off the war factory if he needs a bit more cash for another ore refinery. There's a class spot on the Striker VXs, and he does not transform time. Multiple shrinks on top of these Mecha Tengus, as well as some bombing runs. Ooh, a Shogun battleship is engaging. The refiner does go down. It's also observation post is still captured by the Soviet player, so he does have clear vision of a lot of this region. That's a lot of tank busters. There may be one big last final fight in the center of the map. Tank busters, javelins, guardians, cryocopters, and jet tengus. Versus not a whole lot of defense. Does get a nice point defense drone, even getting some bullfrogs. Tesla troops are being built as well. Sleeper ambush coming on in, he can just hop inside this building and gun down the refinery. Nice, magnetic singularly killing a whole bunch of infantry there. There goes almost all the tank busters. Jet tankers coming on in. Tesla troopers trying to get engaged. A couple hammer tanks here to support. Desolator Delta airstrike has came in, which will delay, but Cryogen is going to freeze both these buildings. Or it doesn't get actually the war factory. Tesla Trooper does get one burst off from the garrison, and these hammerheads are going to keep these tank busters will keep the hammer tanks away. The Defense Bureau was actually sold off, and it's actually a Spectrum Tower here.
The seas have been unmerciful.
2 Spectrum Towers, so we got the increased damage from the adjacency bonus. Sea Wings do get some good damage across the line. Actually, oh no, that was a Shogun battleship hitting that air base. And there goes that air base entirely. That's actually a pretty good ambush position. It's hard to see. The Sea Wings will be able to get a lot of covering fire. Ooh, the Shogun battleship is quite wounded. Maybe need to get that out of there. Fully heroic Shogun battleship. Looks like the tank busters are all down. Probably a sudden ambush. Nope, there's still one. Now it's dead. Lots of Apollos in the air. Shogun battleships are starting to hit the infrastructure of Magenta. And there's also a Chronosphere. He is in range of it. And it's down to this last set of seconds. They need to take it out as soon as possible, or else all the Shoguns will go down. And it goes down before it kills off all the Shogun battleships. And now there's also a Psionic Decimator coming on out for Cyan. It's expensive. In range of Shogun battleships along the sea, but could be quite useful. He needs to get some cruisers. Yes, he's getting out some cruisers. Oh, that was gonna go down. A north, another sleeper ambush. Another terror drone. He has full vision of the region, and yep, now that finally gets captured. That provided a lot of good spotting for that to be repeatedly harassed. And now this oil refinery, or refinery, will go down. Not sure why he's building a reactor right there. It wasn't doing line of sight blockers either. Maybe he's trying to get some build radius? I don't know. Shogun battleship is seeing quite a bit of damage. He needs to perhaps turn around and do the ramming maneuver. I hear a final squadron coming on in on a dead prospector. Magnetic satellite is coming on in. Oh no, he may get his teammates' satellite stuff. Oh no, that's not a magnetic signal. That's not the satellite or the vacuum satellite. That was actually the Singularity. Does go for the ram right there. But I thought it was going to be the magnetic satellite, not the magnetic Singularity. Going to be sucking up a whole bunch of his teammates' cryocopters. And we do got a comm engineer there. That was probably the sell-off of the MCV's comm engineer. Looks like he does have a Crusher Crane still alive somewhere. Yep, right there. And that was a Psionic Decimator. Or was it? Or was that a super reactor? Because that looks like a super weapon detonation, but I don't think it's been long enough for the Psionic Decimator fire. On the south side, we have multiple jet tankers coming on in. The Nagadata cruiser is getting hit quite significantly. Death by 1,000 bullet holes. Ooh. Very late reaction. Got some chilled aircraft right there. It's going towards that Psionic Decimator. That's his final target. Maybe needs to build some more cruisers and punch them all up together and engage at once. That's a Yuriko. Takes out... No, does not take out the Shogun battleship. Barely managed to survive the Shogun battleship and has a point defense drone. And Heroics is getting some healing. But there goes Shogun battleship. So you won't be able to take out that Psionic Decimator. Nothing left to threaten it. Hammer tanks trying to make their advance in the center of the map. Over here we got multiple Mega Tengus just engaging these structures, and also a sleeper ambush. He does lose that ore refinery. Power plant does go down. And this is teammates sleeper ambush coming to support with damage-wise. Was that observation post? Yeah, it was captured by the Soviet player again. I hear a final squadron coming on in. Good damage there. Out of bullfrogs. Oh. Does get quite a bit of damage there with thanks to the tank busters in the low ground. Now it's going to be permanently damaged economy until he gets that thing repaired or replaced. Over here we do got the naval dockyard being frozen. Flak battery's also frozen. Perhaps a quick fan of torpedoes will kill it off. Sentry gun's also frozen, but it's not moving to engage it. Bullfrog's coming on in, but does destroy it before it gets unthawed. Sonic Decimator is now available, but where would you do it? Also depends on what he has some vision of or knows what he's got in the past. Safe spot, a good spot would be right here. Another good spot's probably right here. Sending us one of his mega tanks just for a scout run wouldn't be half bad either. It does use the singularity as well. Did not react in time. A number of these guys will go down, but not as much as you like. He really needs to get one of those mech tankers to do a quick scout run. The longer he waits, the longer it'll stay off cooldown. Maybe he's setting up for a big army? Maybe he's trying to hide for an army of the Megatengus. Got some balloon bombs coming on in. Shooting them down doesn't prevent damage, it prevents them from controlling them afterwards. So yeah. Oh! Yep, he was same for the army. Annihilated almost all of the Megatengus. Now his Jet Tengus or Megatengus go in uncontested, largely contested. Even gets a whiff of a surgical strike right there. Aircraft carrier coming on in. EMP missile. Oh wait, that's splashed a lot of his teammates' guys as well. Oops. But he will be able to quickly freeze off all those EMP forces, and they got un-EMP'd at exact right time. Here comes our Yuriko, the daughter of Yuri. And looks like Yellow has backed out of the game. Red may back out as well. His infrastructure is pretty much gutted. He's mass sell-off. Yep. And that is the end of the game. This is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.